Feeling like a little Cruella de Vil tonight. Alright, so for today's video, I went on Instagram and I asked you guys what your most repurchased makeup items were. So I saw Ellie Glines. Is it Gaines or Glines? I always mess that up. I thought it was a really cute idea, so I'm gonna link her video down below. It's just a cool way to see not only what your most repurchased items were, but also what your favorite items are basically, because a lot of things that you repurchase tend to be your favorites, you know? Makes sense. So I didn't have a product from every single category. I do show you a full face though on how I got this makeup look in this video anyways, but there's a handful of products from you guys. I found that obviously base products you tend to go through a little bit quicker, so those were the products that were the most repurchased. So most of these are like base products, brows, mascara, things like that. But if you enjoy this video while you're watching, you can give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, I upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Okay, so the first product we're going to start out with that a lot of you have repurchased kind of surprised me, because I feel like at least on the interwebs, you don't hear a whole lot of people talk about this product anymore, but this is one of my favorite products as well. I haven't used it in a while just because I've been testing so many other things, but I do really love this. This is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. I really like this over kind of more matte cakey foundation. I feel like it makes a difference underneath. When I used to use the Marc Jacobs, what was that called? Wow, I haven't used that foundation in so long. When I had acne, I used the Marc Jacobs Super Full Coverage Foundation. Like escaping my mind what the name of it is, but this made such a difference with that foundation. Oops, I just realized my overhead light is on. Hold on. Okay, don't know if that did anything. What was I saying? Hopefully this will also make a difference with the foundation I'm going to use, because we will get there. But this is basically just a really good moisturizing, priming water spray, exactly what it sounds like, that you can use over or under makeup, and it gives a really pretty like finish to the skin. It's the first time in 3 days that I'm out of bed functioning, so it feels great. Just had one of those migraines that shots weren't working, pills weren't working, nothing was working, so it feels very good to be filming again. It's kind of late at night when I'm filming this right now because it literally just went away like a few hours ago, so I just showered, curled my hair, washed my hair, did my nails, all that stuff, and now we're filming. Okay, so for foundation, I kind of had a feeling this was going to be one of the most repurchased, just because based on like your comments on my other foundation videos, I just had a feeling like this is one of those foundations that a lot of people love and then a lot of people hate. It's like you either absolutely love it or it doesn't work for you. Doesn't work for me, but we're going to try it again. It's the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation in 1C0 Shell. So this foundation I've talked about a lot. It just in the past has looked really cakey and heavy on my skin. I'm hoping with that primer water underneath, and then I'm going to try using the primer water on top too. Maybe that'll help. I don't think I've tried that before. If I have, it's been a really long time. The other one mentioned a lot was CYO Life Proof Foundation, but I didn't want to do that one because I've used that so many times, talked about that so many times on my channel, and I think that was a lot of your responses because you watch my videos, if you know what I mean. So I just kind of wanted to choose one that wasn't what I normally talk about and use. So let's go in. I'm going to use this It Cosmetics brush actually. It's the Heavenly Luxe brush. Hope it goes well. It looks a little bit light, but once I have bronzer and stuff on, I think this shade will match fine. I still remember one person I met at a meetup in Seattle and Bellevue. Her skin looked so soft and matte and beautiful. And I was like, what the heck foundation are you wearing? And she was wearing this foundation. I was like, that has literally never looked like that on my skin in my entire life. So I think it's just one of those products that does look so different depending on your skin. But I also feel like it just has never looked super full coverage on my skin. You can still see freckles and stuff coming through. I still can't like fully cover my nose. So I'm just trying to go like really lightly, but just can't really like push on it a whole lot. Got a few comments on one of my last videos saying my face looked hella swollen, and I'm like, yep, it probably is, but thank you for pointing that out. I do think the primer water is helping a bit. You can see like a glow coming through, which you normally can't with this foundation on my skin. So I do like that, and I think it's overall just like sitting a little bit nicer on my skin because it has that moisturizing product underneath. I am going to spray more primer water right now instead of waiting until after concealer and everything. Okay, that product is definitely helping. I feel like sometimes on YouTube you can kind of get like a skewed perception of what consumers are actually using and want, because you see a lot of products that just a small group of YouTubers are talking about basically. And of course there's like comments and everything, and you can kind of get a sense of what people like still and are using, but this was like a good way to see like, okay, there are still certain products that people are really into, and the concealer was one of those, the Tarte Shape Tape, because I feel like this basically disappeared off planet Earth in the last like year or so on YouTube. People kind of just stopped talking about this because I think now there are a lot of comparable products out there to this. This was kind of the first like super full coverage, kind of more matte concealer, and now there are other products out there like that. So I think that's why people kind of stopped talking about this online. But I have the shade Fair, and this was your guys' most repurchased concealer. So it seems like a lot of people are still using this. I'm actually almost out of this one, but I haven't used this in a long time. At least a year, I want to say. So I'm going to blend that out. I feel like this product reminds me of the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover, which is one of my favorite concealers, except you need more tape shape. You need more tape shape to get a similar kind of effect. You only need like a few dots of the CoverGirl, and it's way cheaper. You get similar coverage. I feel like actually the CoverGirl has even better coverage, but you get a similar like kind of more matte, dried down kind of finish. Okay, so for powder, it was kind of like a toss-up. There were a few that were all pretty close. The Too Faced Peach Perfect, a lot of you guys have repurchased. The Hourglass Loose, I think it's the Loose Veil, Illuminating Veil something, the loose powder. And then the Maybelline Fit Me loose powder, which I was kind of surprised about. I love this powder. When I had oily skin, I talked about this a lot. It has great coverage. It looks beautiful on the skin. I love that they have fair shades in this. This is 05. This was like one of the first drugstore powders that was actually light enough. So I used to use this all the time. I haven't reached for it in quite a while, so I'm excited to see what I think of it now. I'm going to use this under my eyes too. I just kind of want to try because the shade is light enough for under my eyes, I'm pretty sure. And since the Tarte concealer is a little bit light anyways, I think we will be good and I won't be looking too Caspery. Side note, I have been loving the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, but we will talk more about that in my next Raves and Rejects. You guys, it's good. So this powder does have coverage, so if you're someone who has issues with loose powders lifting up the product or just kind of taking away some of the coverage, then you don't have to worry about that with this guy. Looks pretty good under my eyes. I don't know if I've ever used that under my eyes, have I? It's funny because I only remember when I've used products based on what apartment or what living situation I was filming them in. Like I remember the specific videos and then where I was sitting in each place. Other than that, I would have zero idea. Then I'm going to take a fluffier brush. I'm going to take my Milani Powder Bronzer brush and apply some of the same Maybelline powder to my cheeks just to add some coverage and set right there. See, that just totally helped to cover. I am already starting to crease on my upper lip right there from the foundation. It's looking a little bit creasy around my mouth, but not bad. On my forehead, it's actually looking pretty good. I like that the primer water is like coming through and giving me a little bit of a glow. Okay, so this product I didn't have. I thought I had this, but I looked through all my eyebrow products and I didn't, so I don't think I've ever tried this. This in the LA Girl Micro Slim Shady brow pencil. Those were like the two most repurchased that you guys said. But this one I have not tried. I don't think it's in the shade black. Did I get black? Wait, is this an eyebrow pencil? Yeah, micro brow pencil. I feel like most brow pencils don't actually say black. They usually say like espresso. My brows are, desperately need to be plucked right now. So I'm just gonna try and distract from that, you know? Oh, that was not my best line. We're gonna wipe that off. So I like so far that this pencil feels pretty stiff. I don't like when they're overly waxy for your brows because then you don't have as much control and it just kind of gets a little bit wild too fast. I actually like the shade. I feel like there's a little bit of brown in there, or maybe just my eyebrow color is like coming through, but it doesn't look like pitch black. Ooh, it has a fine point too. You can kind of like draw on. You can see that in the front. I just drew those on. We're gonna be using a brow gel as well. So I think, oh, that one looks thicker, huh? Another highly repurchased item from you guys was the Glossier Boy Brow. Actually, I already had this one in my collection, so I didn't have to pick it up. This is one of those products that I just don't understand the hype. Like, I've used it a few times, and every time I'm like, seems exactly like the e.l.f. brow gel to me. But here we are, trying it again. Oh, I remember, you know what? The shade is also really weird on this one. I think it pulls like really red or something. Yeah, look how light that is. Maybe I'll just try this on the front. I'm just going to brush it through since we have a black down, so maybe it'll like add some dimension. So like I said in the intro, it's not every single product, like it's not a full face worth of products because most of the comments were really like base products, eyebrow stuff, setting spray, things that you go through a lot, which makes sense. You don't typically run through eyeshadow palettes a lot or bronzers and things like that. So I do have a few more products here, but while we are on camera, I might as well just do my eyeshadow really quick with you guys and my blush bronzer highlight. I've been obsessed with this Tequila Tan by Kylie. It's not too overpowering if you have fair skin. And I also kind of rediscovered this e.l.f. brush. I cleaned all my brushes and kind of went through and got rid of a bunch I'm donating. You can donate brushes to Project B Share if you send them washed. So I literally am getting rid of like 50 brushes, but I found this one again and I was like, why haven't I been using that? So it's really nice for just like a wash of color. Actually though, this bronzer is more sheer, which is why I like it. Like you can really build it up and it's hard to get too much and look orange, but I'm switching brushes because this one already shears out products, the e.l.f. one. So this is good to use if you have like a really pigmented blush or bronzer, but if it's already not, you know, super pigmented, like you don't need to shear it out, then go for a more dense brush. It's really natural looking and it's hard to go overboard. So because my foundation is a little bit on the light side, I'm just bringing this all the way up to my forehead. I think I got this for like $9 or something on Glambot, but I think they carry it on Ulta maybe. Like, look at that color, it's just not too intense. I'm gonna use that same brush though and use this for blush. I'm gonna kind of mix these two shades right here from the NARS Overlust palette. It's like the pink, really, wow, intense one. I feel like this is Barbie on crack or something. Ooh, those two mixed are pretty. I don't think I've done that yet. Kind of like peachy with a hint of pink. If you ever have a situation where you feel like you need to blend more like towards your nose where you've applied blush, just take the same brush that you use for powder with nothing on it, or you can dip a little bit back into your powder and just kind of tap out those edges and it'll help kind of soften it. Just for shits and giggles, let's use Tarte Shape Tape for eye primer since we already have it out and things. Oh, I almost got that all over my lashes. I'm gonna use the Rach Loves Pixie palette for highlight. So freaking pretty. Words are tough right now. I'm gonna go in with Clutch. I think Clutch and Lace are my favorite. Oh my god. Every time. Kills me. Okay, I've had this palette out to keep trying and I keep not trying it. Tried this in some Amazon video, but basically this is like a super cheap matte eyeshadow palette you can find on Amazon. So it was really good the first, I think I've used this like a few times. I remember really liking it, so it's just been a while. So I'm going to just use some of the probably warm tone shades just because I have gold on. So I'm going to start off with the shade Bare, which is just like a really natural looking transition shade. Then I'm going to take Naked. Where did I get Naked? None of these say Naked, do they? No idea how I just saw that. We're going to take Presso. I want to say this palette was like $9, $10, somewhere around there. Just kind of going over that and blending. Maybe I'll just dig back into the Rach Loves palette and use Tea, because this Tea is too dark for my face on my skin tone, but I've never used it as shadow, so let's see. The Reflect on these highlighters are just insane. I'm actually just going to layer that with Lace. Bring Lace kind of more towards the inner corner. I think I'm going to try this Cocoa Caviar Eye Stick by Laura Mercier. It's just like a dark brown. Maybe I'll try just smudging this. This is kind of, I think, more intended to be eyeshadow, but let's try smudging it. Use it as eyeliner kind of. Okay, hopefully that doesn't transfer up. I will say, because this one's an eyeshadow stick, it's kind of like sliding around a little bit more than an eyeliner would, which makes sense. All right, so there's actually a handful of people who said this was one of their most repurchased items. This is the L'Oreal Voluminous Primer. I don't think all of them have this like gold cap. I think it was limited edition or something. I don't know, this came in PR, but I did have it just chilling in my drawer. And I think I've tried this like one time in a first impressions video, but I haven't really given it like a full shot, but apparently it's good because a lot of you guys have repurchased this. I do like primers for mascara. Like I used to always use the MAC, what's it called? Comment down below if you've watched me since I used to always use that. I would wear it in every single video, every single day of my life. But I find that a lot of them irritate my eyes now. Some people with primers like just going in right away. Some people like waiting until they dry down. I kind of like letting them dry enough, but not like fully dry, because then I just feel like it's too crunchy to apply mascara on top. There were a few most repurchased mascaras from you guys. Maybelline Falsies, L'Oreal Lash Paradise, Lancome Monsieur Big. This was the most repurchased, I would say. It was kind of between that and Lash Paradise. I don't like Lash Paradise. I think I recently tried this in a video. Yeah, I definitely did. Oh, dang. So I like kind of like clumpy lashes that almost look like falsies, you know? I'm not going for like the natural mascara kind of look. Ooh, that looks good with that primer. I feel like I got a lot of curl too. Like they are going like straight up. Look at that from the side. There we go, maybe. I feel like last time I tried this, I liked this one. I think I just thought it wasn't quite worth like the high-end price tag because I have the Essence Lash Princess. It's like hard for me to recommend a high-end mascara now because it's just so good and it's $3 or something around there. But I feel like the primer with this is making a difference. It's looking good. Yeah, dude, what's happening here? I don't know, but I like it. Okay, that looks so nice. I think we're gonna do a good old white eyeliner on the waterline today. Whoa. Oh my god, dropping everything. Don't feel like getting that. Is there another white eyeliner? Nope. We're getting that one. Oh, the entire tip just broke off. Oh, love a good sharpener. Okay. If I tried to use this guy on my lower lashes, that would be a little bit of a shit show, so I'm gonna go in with MAC Giga Black Lash. Ooh, you know what? I just realized I forgot to use the other setting spray. That was one of your products. So I'm gonna do that before I put on my lower lash mascara. Usually I like doing setting spray before any kind of mascara just so it doesn't like transfer up. The most repurchased setting spray was definitely between the Urban Decay All Nighter and the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. So I'm gonna use this one because I've been loving this lately. This is the Summer Solstice scent, so it's just kind of like coconutty, but I'm pretty sure the formula is exactly the same. Before I look up, I'm going to make sure this is can you even hear me right now? Probably not. I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to make sure my setting spray and face is fully dried before I go in with mascara so it doesn't transfer down. So let's actually do lips real quick. There wasn't a most repurchased lip product from you guys. Makes sense. There are so many lip products out there, and I feel like that's one of those things that just depends on like your skin tone and what you prefer and everything. So I'm going to use Too Faced Gingerbread Man, which is like a kind of burnt orange reddish shade. Oh, it smells so good. This shade, Gingerbread Man, I really like if you like more of like an orange tone, but their other red shade that they came out with in the limited edition Gingerbread collection is so beautiful. It's like the perfect deep wintry kind of red, so I would definitely check that out if you haven't. I think it's limited edition, I'm guessing. But I'm going to go ahead and apply some lower lash mascara. Okay, so makeup is complete. I will say the standouts, I think, are the two mascara combo products. I'm going to try these two together again and then try the Monster Big again on its own just to see if there is any kind of difference with the primer. But whatever these two did for my lashes right now, I'm feeling it. Really like that combo. And so far, I don't feel like my eyes are like burning or anything. So I'm excited to use the NYX Micro Brow Pencil again. I liked that. I like that the shade is dark, but it still has kind of like that espresso tone. It's not black or like gray black, but this was fun. I had a good time. If you guys enjoyed this video too, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I appreciate it. The shirt shoulder is like all the way out here. Very flattering. But I'll have everything I used on my face today linked down below in the description box, along with the nail polish color, earring, shirt, everything is always linked down below. But I love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.